Well, hello, this is Speed Curves. I want to welcome everybody that may watch this stream tonight. I have the privilege of being involved in commentating a race that's called the Rising Sun Series, and I expect it to be a very competitive and fun series to call. So bear with me just a moment while I do a check on my audio, just verify that we are operational, so don't go anywhere. Okay, I just got word from my audio engineer that everything is a go, so that's good news. So again, we are here today, and I have the privilege of broadcasting, streaming today for the ETR group. They are putting on a race, and this race is called the Rising Sun Series. It's a homage to the Gran Turismo and of the 90s and the 2000s Japanese touring cars. So ETR is hosting, and again, the name of this is the Rising Sun Cup. So it's going to be 5 weeks of racing. There'll be 2 races each Sunday, so 2 races today, and each following week there'll be 2 races. There's going to be 13 cars to choose from, and all these cars are all built to run within 3/10 per lap of each other. So that's difficult to do, but I'm sure they've done their homework. And they're trying to replicate authentic handling, with minimal tuning parts. So it's not going to be necessarily the best tuner is going to have the fastest car. So that's always kind of cool for everybody, because it kind of evens the playing field to a certain extent if you are not a solid tuner. So again, there was a lot of signups for this race. So I am going to be not hosting, but I will be commentating Lobby 1. There's a second lobby, and there's a commentator in there as well. So I want to say thank you to the ETR group for asking me to come in, allowing me to come in, and this is going to be a lot of fun for me. So it's good to be here. I want to thank all my viewers that are either watching this live or the tape delay. Thank you for checking it out. Also, we always upload all of our videos to YouTube as well. So you can find us on YouTube at Speed Curves, the same exact handle as we have here on Twitch. So again, about the series, this series features some of the iconic cars that participated in the JTCC, and some of the cars that were in the original series are not in this Forza 7, but there are some substitutes. But let me go over the car list real quick here, as they are now on a break. They're expecting 20 drivers in this lobby. So right now we have 14, so it looks like we have a few minutes. But I do want to go over some of the cars that are available to the drivers for this series. So we got the 97 BMW M3, the 99 Dodge Viper GTS, the 94 Ferrari F355, the 92 Honda NSR, the 88 Lamborghini Jalpa, and that is a replacement for the Diablo SV, 97 Mazda RX-7, that's kind of a cool one, the rotary engine, 95 Mitsubishi Eclipse, and also the 94 Fairlady Z version S twin turbo, 2003 Fairlady 350Z, the 2000 Nissan Skyline Spec R, the 2002 Skyline R34 GTR, and the 93 Porsche 928, which is a replacement of the Porsche GT2 RS. And finally, this is quite a list here of cars, options for all drivers, the 2004 Subaru Impreza WRX STI. So again, this is the first race of the series. There'll be a race each following Sunday for a total of 5 weeks of racing. You can find more information on this racing series on their Discord page and or their Facebook page, which is ETR Racing on Facebook. So do a search and you should be able to find it. So I don't have a ton of experience. I know some of these drivers through some other series that I've been involved in. There's a lot of new names on here that I'm not familiar with, so I'm going to do my best to not butcher anybody's name. And if I do, I apologize ahead of time because I never want to mispronounce anybody's name. But, you know, sometimes that happens and you just try to do the best you can. So I'm looking forward to having a good time. There is 2 racetracks that we are on today. The first one here, as you can see, is Prague full circuit reverse, which is a 3.51 mile circuit. Now, this is a Forza. It's a Forza track. As far as I know, it's obviously Prague is a real city, but I don't believe this is a circuit that they use for racing, but I could be wrong. Either way, it's definitely a challenging circuit. So, you know, regarding the circuit today, I see this a challenging circuit for all drivers because the surface changes from cobblestone to asphalt to concrete to different types of racing surface. The track limits are difficult to see. So, you know, keeping a clean lap is going to be a challenge for all drivers. But either way, I think it's going to lend to some really good driving. So if you happen to be in a 2 or 3 wide situation, I'm going to be looking forward to seeing how that works out because this circuit doesn't lend to multiple lines through some of these high sweeping corners. So we'll see how that goes. Either way, it's going to be exciting. I know that all the drivers in this lobby are experienced. They have a solid racing craft, and they are members of ETR or they race with ETR because they have shown that they have the skill level to be here. So again, another reason why I'm thankful that I get to be a part of this today. So I plan on my schedule to be here commentating each week, so 2 races. After this race today, there will be a reverse race grid based on the finishing position, and that will be at Brands Hatch GP, which is an amazing circuit. One of my favorites, as a matter of fact. So we'll talk more about that at the start of the second race. So all competitors, 0 points across the board. It is even Steven. Fortunately, I have a bio for some drivers. Not all the drivers, but I have a bio for some drivers that provided. So we will do our best to discuss some of their information on their bios as we're racing. So again, now we currently have 16 drivers in the lobby. We're expecting 20. Start time, we are a bit delayed. We are going to do a 3-lap qualifier. And then from there, we will take the qualifying grid. The lobby host will set the proper grid, and we will start the race and go from there. So let's take a look at some of the car choices that we've got today. Of course, I'm at the top of the list, Speed Curves. I am in a D-Class car. I clearly am not going to be racing. I'm in spectate mode, which is what I want to make sure that I can get the broadcast done properly. So the first one I have here is ETR Torrens. He is our lobby host. He has went with the Eclipse GSX to the Mitsubishi. So below him we got GSR Sterilizer. He went with the Fairlady Z94. Now I have to say that would have been my choice. Knowing nothing of the car performance and whatnot, that was the car that when I read through the list, I would like to be in that car. So nice choice, JSR. Below him we have ETR Warrior, and it looks like we are getting started, folks. We are about to start a 3-lap qualifier. As Forza loads up here. we'll do the best we can to follow along. Okay, we are off. Now it's ghosted mode, I'm sure here, as all these drivers, there has been no roll-off delay, so they are rolling into turn 1, and it goes mode. So we see PTG Brooksy, he's decided to take a break here because he's going to let all these cars pass and then get it into his rhythm. So let's go back to, looks like, Art Sinster. So again, cold tires. All these drivers are they've all done practice, and looks like he's in a WRX, a Subaru, and they are gingerly kind of working their way to get these tires up to temperature. Nobody wants to get a penalty because I'm sure that any lap that has a penalty will be put at the back of the grid. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up the map here to see if we can get any information. So let's go with lap times. And so if you look across the banner up top, it'll show lap times, but it is the first lap, so. So again, they are about halfway around the circuit here. I do not have the turns memorized on the turn numbers. So they're coming down the hill here. They have about 2/3 of this track completed, and they will be coming across for their first flying lap. As I see multiple different manufacturers here. I got, looks like a Viper, a Subaru, a 300ZX, and I didn't get a chance to get through all the cars, so we will try to do that in between qualifying and race 1. But look at this, they're all bundled together. They're on their first flying lap. They're about to cross the start-finish. They are going to be potentially interfering with each other's view of the corner as they are all ghosted. But I have to say, they are doing a great job. The speed looks really competitive between these first group of 4. And then you have a bit of a spread behind them as the Nissan driver does get a little bit of clear view out in front of the other 3 drivers. So right now we got an out lap of a 204.3 by JSR Sterilizer, and I don't know what kind of car he is, and let's see if we can get a look at what kind of car he is in. And it looks like it's going to be, yep, he's in that 300ZX, that 94 300ZX. So that was the car that I liked. And I'm sure that he did quite a bit of dialing on whatever he could for tuning possibilities on this car, although it has been limited. All the suspension setups are sport tuning, so there is no capability of tuning suspension on any of these cars, so I'm told. So not a lot to report as we kind of just ride along with these drivers. I'm going to go on board with JSR just to kind of see how we can see if we can get inside this car. No, we cannot. So we're going to go ahead and ride along in the hood view and listen to his gear shifts and see if we can get an idea of how he navigates this here. So I really don't have any information on who the favorites are. I know that the one we're riding along with here, JSR Sterilizer, is very quick. But as far as past series and who's won the championships and whatnot, I really don't have that information. But I am looking forward to seeing how this pans out and materializes for each driver. Especially as the races go on, we're going to see a couple drivers probably stand out and be favorites. So he's going to work himself here. He's got to be real careful not to get that. Since he gingerly goes through there, you cannot get a penalty. It will cancel your lap. So you can see he probably got through there cleanly as he works his way on this back straight over the bridge under the building here. And this is a tricky section right here, a bit off camber as he goes through here. He's got to lift slightly on the throttle using his brakes as he gets back on the accelerator. It doesn't get easier from here though, as this section, this double apex left, it's really, as going through here myself a few times, I know that you can easily get that wrong and it's easy to spin up. As you can see, the surface changing constantly from railroad tracks to asphalt to concrete makes it very tricky for the grip levels, and throttle inputs are very important. So does a really nice job through there though. This is a tricky section right here. Coming to this left-hand corner, you've got to kind of get this line right to maximize your exit. Well done there. As he's light on the throttle there, he eases that accelerator back on. Coming down the hill, a lot of camber right there, so allows you to get on the throttle early. Exiting here, a little bit, car gets light underneath you right there. And he has finished about probably 90% of the circuit here. He's going to come into his final corner, left-hand corner, as he gets back on the accelerator. Let's find out what he shows for a lap time. I think this is going to be a clean lap. Out lap was a 2:01. I expect this to probably be around a 150 or somewhere in there. And I wasn't able to, it's still showing 2:01, so. So that was lap 3 of 3. I'm showing several drivers here have crossed and finished here, so I might have got my lap count wrong, but it looks to me though JSR Sterilizer has taken pole with that 2:01.8, so we'll have to wait and see. Let's take a look at previous race here. So everybody has got a clean lap with the exception of Brooksy. So a 2:01 by far sets the quickest lap. So Sterilizer, a 2:01.8, nobody even in the same ballpark. The next quickest time, it looks like a 2:03. ETR Torns, the 2:03.4. So, well, I'm sorry, FRA looks like Senpai has a 2:03.1, so that's probably going to be good enough for second fastest, followed by third fastest ETR Torns. So, with the raw look here, just the quick peek, that's kind of what I'm coming up with, but those are unofficial, of course. And thankfully, I do not have the job of setting the grid today. I get to relax and enjoy the racing and just call it. So I'm going to leave the hard work, the heavy lifting, up to the lobby host. So again, let's get back to what cars the drivers are in today. We went through Sterilizer. We have Art Distinct in a GTR, an 02 Nissan GTR. We got Senpai in the Lambo Japa. I'm glad to see someone driving that car because I think it's a really cool car. And his racing outfit, I don't think he has a whole lot to say because he's got the Mime racing outfit. So I don't think I've seen that one yet. Art Sinister is in the Subaru WRX. And then we have Deltic, another driver in the Fairlady Z94. My pick. ETR Warrior Subaru WRX, the 04. And we are losing drivers here, so I'm assuming we will be starting a new room. So don't go anywhere. So yeah, typically what happens is in between the qualifying and the first race, due to the Forza servers and whatnot, a lot of lobby hosts like to reset up the lobby. So I'm going to jump out of here by myself, and I'm going to go find the proper lobby. All right, let's see if we can navigate back into the lobby host where all the drivers will be gathering here. There may have been a server issue as well. It's hard to say. All right, we are back into the lobby here, exactly where we want to be. I'm going to try to get into the spectating mode here. Again, we are here at the full circuit reverse of Prague, and this will be a 16-lap race. So I'm sure the lobby host is preparing the grid at this moment. I'm not able to spectate yet. But let's take a look. We've tried this a couple times. We're going to try this again. We're going to go back and take a look at the different cars. So we got S5J driving the Dodge Viper 99. Very cool car. I'm glad to see someone in the Viper. It's really a beautiful car. A lot of fun to drive. A second driver in the Dodge Viper, which is ETR Willie, or P Willie. We'll probably go with Willie because it's just easier to say, and when you're in the flow of commentating a race, the less syllables, the better. So no offense if hopefully he's okay with us just calling him Willie. We went through JSR Sterilizer already. He's in the 94Z. And then also we have Art Sinister. We spoke about him earlier. It looks like he's choosing his car right now, so he doesn't have his car chosen at the moment. So we're going to look at ETR Demonic. He is running the Subaru WRX 04. So a couple drivers in that car. That must be a good, fast car. I'm seeing a popular choice today, as we see PTG Brooksy in the GTR 02. And look at this. Here is a surprise, a pleasant surprise. ETR Float, who was reported that he was not able to be here today because of some other commitments that he had, but was able to work out his schedule with his manager, his race manager and whatnot, to get him in the driver's seat today. So welcome, ETR Float, in the 1999 Dodge Viper. Then we have Road Rat, RBHM Road Rat. He's driving the Porsche 928 GTS. I have to say, I'm impressed because I did not expect to see that car on the grid today. It's a great car. It's a Porsche. I'm a huge Porsche fan, and I'm so happy to see a Porsche in here today. It's the only Porsche that's available of the group, the car list, and I'm really happy to see that someone's driving it. So then we have the Unseen Saint with the Nissan GTR, the 02. So there's your driver's list. We've just gone through everybody, and of course I'm in the Datsun 510. I'm not. I have to choose a car, so that's what it's going to be for now. Let's take a look at the race grid to see if it's set. Hang with me real quick. All right, so let's take a look here. I should be last on the grid, which I am, which means the grid is set. So Sterilizer, your pole sitter. Art Distinct, sitting second place on the grid, and we just had a disconnect, it looks like. So I'm sure they'll work to fix that. Third on the grid is going to be ETR Torrens in the Eclipse, followed by Art Sinister. So I believe that's, I'm going to say ART, because that's probably the name of the racing team. So I'm going to say ART Sinister. And then it looks like Deltic sits 5th place on the grid. So there's your top 5. And then from there we got Road Rat, Warrior, Demonic, Unseen Saint, Jay, Willie, Float, Brooksy, and that should be, and then we have VNX Shift, which I have not seen in here yet. So we'll see. I don't think that he qualified, but let me just double check. Previous race is not going to work because we changed our host. So we'll see where he ends up. So because we do have a pole sitter, who is JSR Sterilizer, let's take a look at a little information regarding him. So our pole sitter today, he's from the good old United States of America. So you know, most of these drivers are from outside of the United States, but our pole sitter today is a 23-year-old driver who competed in the Forza RC Mexico City in 2014. So Forza RC in 2014 was hosted in Mexico City, and I don't know how his result was, but whatever it was, I'm sure it was a lot of fun for him, and that's a great thing to have on your resume. We know that he also does autocross. He's our participant in autocross, and he's won his class before. I don't have the information on what car he was in autocross, but either way, very cool. He's got some real-world experience, and clearly competed in the Forza RC, so he has pretty much done it all. So I think that's probably one of the reasons why we see him sitting at the top of the qualifying on the pole position. So let's see how his racecraft is, and if he's able to hold off the charging bulls behind him that are going to be looking to capitalize on their position. So I want to welcome all viewers that I have. I got 9 viewers right now. I want to welcome everybody. I also want to continually say thank you for those that are showing up and those who will watch the tape delay. I don't know. I don't really have a pick for today, so it's a bit of a crapshoot for me. I'm not totally familiar with everybody. I mean, the pole sitter it's kind of low-hanging fruit, so I can't really just pick him, even though he could run away with it. I don't know. I do know some of these drivers in here are super fast, although they're all very super fast. But I'm going to go out on a limb here today and kind of just pick. I have to say, you know, I'm really pulling for the Porsche driver because he's in a 928. I think it takes a lot of cojones to really just put yourself in that 928 and compete. So I have to say I'm going to be pulling for him. But as far as my race winner, I'm going to go with oh boy, I'm afraid to say, I don't want to get on the wrong side of the fence here, but let's go with ETR Willie in the Dodge Viper 99. No, I realize that he did not qualify at the top, but that's who I'm going to go with today. So good luck to ETR Willie. All right, so I apologize I was not in spectator mode, but I am now. I expect this to get started at any second. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is here. We are. There was a bit of a delay on my part. I apologize to the racers. So, we are going to start with Road Rat. We're going to start our camera view with Road Rat here as we go through this starting grid. So here we go, folks. Race 1 of the Rising Sun Series. And they are off. As we take a look here, we are on board with the driver here, and Road Rat, as everyone's looking to get through. It looks like he has gotten through really cleanly turn 1. Looking behind him, it looks like everyone's nice and tidy through there as they go through this very tricky section right here. You'll want to get on the gas early, but look at this. The Porsche gets a little sideways as there's a little bit of a argy-bargy up ahead of him. Looks like Distinct slowed significantly in his GTR as the Porsche comes up right close behind him here as they go through this tricky off-camber section. Looking behind him, he's got Deltic all over his rear bumper in the Nissan. And it's a bit foggy, kind of hard to see. Hopefully they can see their turning. The weather here is a little overcast. It is. Look at this. Art and Torrens are getting into each other's quarter panel. And Sinster getting sideways a little bit in his Subaru as the Porsche is trying to make it up the inside here. As Road Rat, is he successfully going to make this move stick? He's got to get around the outside there. He does not have the advantage going into this corner to the left, as Sinster is going to hold that inside line and just kind of not give up that real estate. And looking back, we've got Deltic now making a move up the outside. I don't think he's going to want to try to pass there. It's going to be difficult as Deltic thinks better of it, moves back onto the racing line. As ETR Warrior staring down the back here of Road Rat and giving Deltic all kinds of fits as they are moving into the last corner before the start straight finish. So let's see how Warrior, Deltic, and Road Rat all navigate through here as they come through. Warrior looks like he's getting a strong drive with an all-wheel drive Subaru there, but Deltic able to also get a very favorable exit there. So it's nice to see the 928 GTS top 4 position right now. As we see Distinct still running first place with Torrens second and Sinster in third. So we have 4 different manufacturers in the top 4. I take it back, there's 5 manufacturers in the top 5. So that's great to see. The creators of the series doing a great job of matching these cars. As ETR Warrior now look at the inside of Deltic, but Deltic probably sees him there, closes the door. I don't want to get away from this angle because I got a really good capability here. We're going to get rid of this track map for you guys so it opens up the screen. As look at this, Deltic in his 300ZX making a move up the inside. As Rat doing a great job closing the door there. ETR Warrior just kind of biding his time. And we're going to change our view here, folks, and go to the overall race view. As so far there has been no serious contact. Everyone doing a great job here. As we're going to take a little bit of a look back in the field here to check back with 10th place, SJ, and see what his progress is. So SJ driving the Dodge Viper. I do not have a bio on him, so I can't really speak on any of his experience and sponsors and whatnot. So I'm sure he'll work on that in the future. But look at this. It's all over the back of the Unseen Saint as he is getting all sideways, trying to make his way through that. And look at this. Jay has seen an inside move, but he's going to have trouble getting on the gas early there and not able to do anything with the Unseen Saint. So let's take a look back at the front. We don't want to miss out on our front runners. As Torrens is now in 4th place here, as relegated. Yep, he's definitely relegated Road Rat to 5th. So Torrens making his move on Road Rat and positioning himself for a potential fight for the podium here. So look at this. We got Torrens now all over the back of Sinster. Is he going to try to do something coming up into this tricky right-hand corner off camber? You really got to lift and get your line perfectly through here. You get penalized, but he's running in the Mitsubishi Eclipse. He's got that thing dialed in nicely. As he's kind of waiting now. We are on lap 3 of 16 here. So Sinster doing a great job though in second place. And Distinct still holding down first. So again, all these cars are supposed to be equally matched. It looks like they've done a good job with that. Let's take a look at ETR Demonic. Right now he is running in 8th place. And we have a slowed car. Looks like the 8th, who's our 8th place position? Deltic has got into the wall as he's got clearly has damage on the front of his car there. And that's going to cause him to be slowed, which is going to be probably an opportunity for the drivers behind him to get through, which they have. So Demonic making his move and getting through the traffic there. So let's ride along with Demonic and see if he's able to do anything. He's got a bit of a gap in front of him, but he goes wide there. He gets sideways. He's going to give up 3 positions as he tries to get on the gas there, but it's probably not going to be what he was looking for. It looked like he was going to lose possibly 3 positions there. And now we got a group of 4 going into turn 1. This is going to be tricky. They're going to have to be really careful to run their lines, as looks like Jay trying to make a move up the inside. Demonic holds him off. Delta runs second in that group. 7th overall, and they have all clearly fallen in line because they know they can't get through here but single wide. So really nice racing seen here through the first 4 laps. And 6th place, this group of 4, Demonic is running at the front of that group. And ETR Warrior, who's a well-known driver from other series, he's running 10th place at the back of that group. Let's take a look at the front here. And so we got a group of 3 here. It looks like Sinister, who is in first place, had pole position, is just walked away. Completely walked away from everybody, running by himself. He's probably out there driving Miss Daisy. He's on a Sunday drive with no threats behind him. As he gets into the wall, as I say, he's on a Sunday drive, gets into the wall. It takes a little bit of damage, but I don't think it's going to slow him up a whole lot, folks. But we're going to go back and take a look at second, third, and fourth. That's where the action is now we have a dive up the inside for Sinister on Distinct, as Sinister is going to give up a position there. Actually, he may have been third. Either way, they're one in front of the other, with Torrens running a very close third in his Eclipse. I'm going to stay here for a few minutes, folks, as they run down into turn 1, and this is going to be a very favorable passing spot. Let's see if there's anything here that's going to materialize. Oh, they get into each other. Sinister and Distinct both have a bit of a coming together there. It gives Torrens the opportunity to inch a little closer. He's going to be looking to capitalize, as these 2 drivers are possibly slowing each other up. But now what we're seeing a gap created between the second group of 3 and the third group, which is about 4 drivers. And again, if you're just joining us, our pole sitter and our first place driver, JSR Sterilizer, has run away with this thing, and we are only about a third, just over or less than a third into this race. So Distinct here in his GTR. Look at all of his back taillights have been knocked out of his. The glass has been knocked out of. The collisions are clearly turned on, but looks like Torrens is looking to inch up on the back group of these 2, as Distinct and Sinister are getting into each other's quarter panel. And ETR Torrens he's gonna cap. Oh, we got a spin! A huge spin. The third place driver Sinister is spun, which allows multiple drivers to get by him. I know he's not going to be happy with that. I don't know if that was self-induced driver error or if he was helped. Either way, he has lost multiple positions there. He's running now in 4th, and he's got the Porsche 928 of Road Rat all over his exhaust pipe. So look at this. Yep, Road Rat trying to make the move. He's smelled blood in the water. He makes the move up the inside, but goes wide. Now they're side by side, quarter panel to quarter panel, coming up the start straight, but the Porsche is probably going to have the power, knowing that car as it does, in a straight line, and he's going to cross the straight finish just ahead of Sinister, and he's going to hold that advantage with the inside here. As these two come together again, Road Rat not going to give that position up, not going to go quietly into the night. Yeah, this is a great battle here, folks. There's a lot of good battles right now. I wish I could follow all of them, but unfortunately I only have the capability to follow one battle at a time. So let's see how this materializes over the next, I don't know, 2 to 3 corners. And if it stays really, if the battle rages on, we're going to stay here. So again, Road Rat still ahead of Sinister, who was a second place, third place podium position, has been relegated to 4th, and now he's trying to go around the outside. Very difficult to do as Road Rat gets on the gas, spins up a little bit, and look at this. He now has a disadvantage on the outside. Sinister on the gas, and he's going to get ahead of him, folks. He's not going to, yep, Road Rat not going to be able to hold him off, doing everything he can in that under gripped, I'm sure of it, 928, but does have the straight line speed. So let's bounce ahead to see what has happened with our front runners. Now I'm going to be running along with second place. Distinct as he has got Torrens running around the outside. Torrens trying to get a solid drive coming out of that positive camber, long sweeping right turn. Again, multiple surfaces here they're running across, so very unpredictable on grip levels. As Torrens falling in behind him on the racing line as they both try to get maximum exit speed there. And we're going to take a look back at this group, folks. I know there's been a lot of really good racing I haven't been able to cover. So let's go back with Float, ETR Float. He's currently bringing up the rear in 14th place. So I do believe we've had at least 4 or 5 drivers drop, which is very unfortunate because there should be 20 drivers in here as Float is circulating all by himself. So let's look at Willie, who was my choice to win this race. With no information, I went with him, and I do not take that back. I'm going to stick with him. I can't change it right in the middle of the race, but he is currently in 12th place in his Dodge Viper, looking to run down the driver in front of him, Brooksy. So we're going to take a look at ETR Demonic. He's currently in 9th. Does he have a battle raging here? Yes, there is. It looks like a battle between 7th, 8th, 9th, and potentially 10th place. So we got a 5-car battle here. I never was great at math. We're going to go ahead and call that a 4-car battle. Not my strong point. But yeah, so here we are, lap 7 of 16. We are almost halfway, not quite halfway through this race, and this is a 4-car battle, actually becoming more like 2 groups, as Warrior in 7th, trying to hold off that Viper. That Viper of Shift, as Demonic into the wall, which is going to give Unseen Saint an opportunity. Unseen Saint, look at that, Demonic again to the wall again. Now Unseen Saint, he's going to strike here. He's going to have to attack up the inside. I don't see him waiting. Is he going to do it here in the last corner before they come onto the start straight, as Unseen Saint trying to square him up, get on the gas early, but it's not going to be there for him. These cars look really evenly matched. As we will, oh look, he's in the pits, Demonic in the pits. He's like, I need a break. He's in the wall a few times. Probably just wants to give himself a break, catch his breath. As Sterilizer, who also has taken a pit, currently in 9th. So again, oh, we got a driver in the wall. One of the Vipers. One of the Vipers in the wall. Was it Willie? Let me take a look here. It looks like I can't be sure who it was. It looks like it was Shift. So Shift spun hard in the wall. I can't tell if he's taken a pit yet. And it looks like he is having a difficult time driving that car, so I'm going to assume that he has damage on. Let's see if we can take a look at the telemetry. No damage, so tires and fuel only. Probably a good thing. So where is JSR Sterilizer? He is all over the back of the 7th place driver, Unseen Saint, as he has now made... No, he's trying to make a pass there. Unseen Saint moving over for him, looks like. Giving him plenty of room. My question is why has JSR Sterilizer, as now he's in the wall, making that move past for a 7th place position? Why did he pit so early? I can only say that he was bored. He was out in front by himself, did not have to pit yet, and probably wanted to race. So I can't blame the guy. All these drivers want to race. None of them want to just drive around by themselves. And so he took a pit. And again, I'm assuming here, I have no way to see if they've actually pit. Unfortunately, Forza does not give me that information. However, I'm assuming he's taken a pit and he is back into 7th place. So as other drivers begin to pit, that may give him the opportunity to gain some of those places back. So we got Warrior in 6th place. It is Subaru. He really has no threats in front of him or behind him. And I'm trying to find the best battle on track here as the field is starting to spread out. So here we have it. Road Rat in his Porsche all over the back of Jay in the Dodge Viper. So we know the Viper handles really well. We know it's a very well handling car. It doesn't have a ton of straight line speed, and the Porsche does. So it looks to me like Jay is able to eke out several car lengths here as they work their way through this section. So again, Road Rat. So Road Rat, 34-year-old driver out of South Africa. Very cool. Love seeing South African drivers. He's got real-life experience in racing. He was the Dunlop Historic Championship driver. Also, he was a national rally driver and navigator. So both drove and navigated for the rally car. And he was also a Drift Series driver. So Road Rat has a ton of experience and has also clearly been doing sim racing for some time. So he's holding up 5th place in a car that I would think would be a bit disadvantaged. But he's making it work for him. Number 186. I'm sure he'd probably rather be in the GT2, which was the original car for the series, but not offered. So, but yeah, great to hear from Road Rat, his real life experience. Very exciting. I'm sure he's got some great pictures of some of his past endeavors on the racetrack. So let's take a look at who is our front runner. We got ETR Torns. So as I typically do, oh, he's being hounded here too. He is not alone. He's being hounded by 2 other drivers. So let's push it back to Sinster. So our top 3 drivers here, all who have probably not pitted, vying for position here, all driving in podium spots here. So Sinster all over the back of Distinct as they are at it again, as they were earlier in the race. Coming together slightly there. Nothing egregious, some slight contact as Distinct doing everything he can to hold off Sinster, but you can see Sinster moving to that outside line, trying to square him up as they come out of this carousel right-hander. Yeah, ETR Torrens, he's just trying to do everything he can to take advantage of these two battling and try to create some distance between them. As look at, there's a move now. Sinster up the inside of Distinct, but he's not able to make it. Oh, we have another spin. Oh, we got the whole thing. Well, not the whole thing, but unfortunately, Sinister's gonna come out on top there. Yeah, very misfortunate for Distinct as he was completely spun up 90 degrees, able to recover, but now he's got to deal with an attack from Road Rat behind him. And Sterilizer right there. So all these drivers are now dealing. Look at it, we got Sinster in the pits. So we're going to do a ride-along with our first place driver, which is Torrens. I like to do this typically. He's already been through the start straight finish, but we are going to do an onboard camera shot with him for one full lap as he's coming through the most trickiest section of the track, gets there nice and tidy. Your car slides a lot. He's on the cobblestone surface now, but this is a straight here, so he's full gas as he goes into this tricky section. You got to be off throttle braking properly here, as you don't want to get a penalty. It gets really slippery on the inside of that corner as he does well there to stay on the racing line. And he's going to come into this double apex left as he's on the brakes hard, lets the chassis settle. As you can hear him, he lays on the throttle. Nice and smooth there as he takes a gear shift. We're going to go ahead and pull up the telemetry here, as he clearly has not pitted. He's got 51% tire wear. That's one way I can know if they've taken a pit. That and their fuel cell. So fourth gear as he's coming around this very fun, fast sweeping left-hand corner. And he's into the wall there. That's going to slow him up at least 2/10 for this lap. Maybe disrupt his rhythm. As he's back on the gas coming down the hill in this very high positive camber corner, he's going to be on the throttle about midway here all the way through, maximizing his speed. As he's up over the rise, front of the car gets light, stay on the gas. As he is now looking to come into the final corner here before he gets into the start straight finish. Back on throttle, getting a little sideways. Yes, he did. He sure did. He got sideways there. Car got out of shape. Caused him to lose his race line, and because he knows he's lost race speed, he's just going to dip right into the pits. So I wasn't even able to get a full lap with him, but I think he realized that he was losing time there, so we just ducked into the pits. So our fifth place driver, let's take a look at Sterilizer. Now he's in third. We know he's taking a pit, and he is all over the back. We are going to go along with him and see how he attacks Distinct. How's he going to size him up here? As I'm going to assume he's going to make quick work of him, being that he has had such speed. Distinct probably going to guard the inside, as JSR is going to probably look to duck it up the inside. No, he's going to let him right on by. He does not want to fight. He just moved right on over and said, hey, listen, I don't have the speed. Very wise move. Why slow yourself down when you know that you have a disadvantage? So I respect that. And he's going to try to maximize his opportunities by following JSR. I mean, I was probably thinking to himself, I'm going to learn something here. And good on him. As JSR is now looking to run down the first place driver of S5J. As he is starting to definitely lose touch with Distinct. So we're going to go back to the replay cameras here. It does the best for the viewers. And let's pull up the map here really quick. Let's find out where everybody is. So as we can see, there's a lot of drivers spread out here. And it's not just because of the pit strategy. It's just driver skill, lap times, etc. So we are down to lap 12 of 16, so we only have 4 laps left. Let's see if we can get a look at lap times. Currently, Sterilizer with a 2:01.7. No surprise there. He's got the quickest lap. So we're going to get rid of this track map, and Sterilizer still working to regain that first place position. We're going to take a look around and see if we can find a battle on track here. Let's see what Willie's doing, as he is he at the front of it? It looks like he's in the pits. So Willie in the pits, and Shift is at the back of this group here. So we got, looks like two car battles going here, 2 separate 2-car battles going for 10th and 11th and 8th and 9th. So let's see if Shift is able to do anything at all with the driver in front of him, Unseen Saint. And then we'll take a look at Deltic and Demonic once we kind of see how this pans out. So again, I really like that car. The Dodge Viper. So again, we're taking a look at Brooksy, currently in 12th place, being hounded by Willie. So PTG Brooksy, a English driver, been racing since Forza Motorsport 2 and sim racing. He's got a couple sponsors he wants to give a shout out to. That would be FAK Logistics, Mobile Advisor, and Death of Hope Gaming. So PTG Brooksy doing a very good job for his sponsors here, running currently in 12th. He is going to try to hold off this 13th place driver of Willie. So Willie, a bit on him, 38 years old, started racing games when Gran Turismo came out and has been kind of going ever since. Also a British driver. Not sure what city he comes out of, but nonetheless, his experience in sim racing is really showing today. So Sterilizer has now made his way to the front as all drivers have made their pits. We are currently lap 14 of 16, so we have a lap and a half to go. Let's see what Sinster is doing. Is he going to have any last lap battles here? He's got SJ behind him and Distinct, who has had some bad luck as well. He had a spin, trying to make up for lost time there. He's got a lot to ask though, because he's only got a lap and a half left, and he's got to make up probably about 1.5 seconds. So Torrance leaving black marks all across the circuit there as he's hard on the gas. I'm going to stay here because this is the battle for the podium. I think it's a lock for the top position on the podium, but second and third is up for grabs as these 3 drivers are going to push to the maximum limit, and I love the fact they are all in different cars. And we got an Eclipse, we got a Subaru, and we got a Dodge Viper, all vying for that second and third place podium position. As Torrance making his way down the hill, this is that very fast sweeping right-hand corner of both full gas as they hit that apex, maximizing their exit speed. And they both know that this next time across the start straight finish, they will see that white flag. As look at this, SJ moving up the inside. Not going to be able to make it stick. So I did make a mistake there. The first place driver they're all currently now on their 15th lap. So there is 2 more laps to go. And so we get to enjoy this for 2 more laps as Torrance being hounded by Sinster and Jay This is not going to be, he's not going to lay down for this. I expect a full-on assault and attack from both of these drivers as they go through. As look at this, Sinister gets a good drive up the inside of Torrens. They're nearly door to door as they're coming down this over the hill of the bridge there. Going into this corner, they go back single file. And looks like, yeah, he's done it. Torrens has to take an install. It's super slippery through there. It's going to cause him to lose a bit of drive as Sinister able to take advantage of that and capitalize, bringing home, or at least temporarily having a second place. But look at this, Torrens fighting back. He's not going to give this up easy. And Jay just waiting to clean up the mess. So SZ right there. So I apologize for calling him Jay. It's Zay, SZ. As I'm going to ride along with him. As they are currently going to be seeing the white flag as soon as they come across. I'm going to stay right here with this group. It is the podium, a race for the podium. As SZ now looking to try to make a move. He's all over the back side of him here. As Torrens trying to defend. And Sinister just trying to make a getaway as these two battle. But they are all nose to tail. 3-car group here as they are going to see the white flag. Crossing the start straight finish now. We're gonna see some action here, folks. There's no way that any of these guys are not gonna put a move or some type of attack that they've been planning. They've all followed each other enough now. They know where they are faster and where they have an opportunity to attack. And let's not even count out our 5th place driver here, who's going to be Distinct, and then Warrior, who's in 6th place. I mean, any one of these drivers realistically has a chance to take a podium position if there's any cleanup to be had here. So look at this, Torrens putting a fender on him as they go through turn 3. Sinister trying to defend as SZ right there looking to now attack. He's in the back of Torrens, causes Torrens to get a little loose as Torrens attacks up the inside of Sinister. Sinister doing a really nice job of protecting that inside as this battle for the final 2 podium spots is heating up with only a half a lap to go. I don't think looks like our 5th place driver really has enough time to get back into it, as Distinct it can only hope for the best here as Sinister in 2nd, Torrens still holding down 3rd, SZ trying to capitalize on a podium position. This is good stuff, folks. Very, very well-mannered driving here. No one's holding back. They've laid they're showing all their cards at this point. They're coming into the final corner. What's going to happen here as SJ too far back to make an attack on the brakes, but sure enough, Torrens making that move up the inside. It's going to cause a loss of traction. And look at this, SJ able to get on the gas. I think Torrens has done it. He's full gas as all drivers are in a straight line. And Torrens is going to eke it. Oh no, it's Sinister as they cross. And Torrens is going to take that 3rd and final position as, look at this, SJ only able to capitalize on a 4th place position, followed by Distinct and Warrior. That was breathtaking. I'm going to have to go lie down in a dark room somewhere, folks, because that was a little intense for my liking. I'm a bit out of breath. I'm going to have my assistant go get me a cold glass of water or something, because I'm literally, I don't know how I'm going to hold myself together for a race, too, if it's anything like this first race. So that was your top 5. Again, I thought Torrens had it, but it was quite intense. Very, very exciting, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully the spectators enjoyed it as much as I did. As let's take another quick look at the banner across the top, and we will go through these complete finishing order here, as all drivers have now crossed the finish line. Sterilizer ran away with it with a fastest lap of a 2:01.4. As my beautiful assistant just got me a refreshment, thank you. So yeah, Sinster able to take that second place position with a 2:03.1. Almost 2 seconds slower lap. It's pretty phenomenal, the speed of our first place driver, our race winner, JSR Sterilizer. I'm gonna see if I can get him in here for an interview. I'm not sure if I'm able to do that or not, but congratulations to Sterilizer, Sinster, and Torns. Then followed up by Jay and Distinct in 5th, followed by 6th ETR Warrior, 7th Road Rat. Congratulations to the only Porsche driver. 8th place Deltic, 9th Demonic, 10th Unseen Saint, followed by 11th Brooksy, 12th Willie, and then ETR Float 13th, and then we lost the driver, Shift. So I'm gonna try to get an interview here with our race winner. So I have invited him up to the commentator's booth. I'm not sure he's going to be able to get away from his team. I'm sure they're celebrating a win, but we will make an attempt to get him up here and see if we can hear about his race. Again, extreme action for the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th positions. I was almost speechless after the race. The intensity was there. So if I can't get our race winner up here, I will definitely try to summon, as we have had success with JSR Sterilizer made his way up to the commentator's booth, and I want to welcome him and say congratulations, sir. I want to ask you, have you included your audio?
Yeah, I just did.
Okay, great. Well, congratulations on your first place win. How was your race?
Well, it was pretty uneventful. I decided to pit early to make it interesting, but it's going to be reverse grid this time, so I've been waiting for race 2. It's going to be a lot more eventful starting at the back.
Well, I got to say, you were nearly 2 seconds faster. Very impressive run on your behalf. Your racecraft certainly shows, and I was able to cover some of your bio during the race. Very impressive as well. And, when you took the pit, my first guess, as noted in the commentary, that you were wanting to make the race interesting. So it looks like we were along the right thought pattern there. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to race 2. And great job today. Very impressive.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. It was fun.
Okay, we'll look for you in race 2, and good luck out there.
All right, man. I'll see you.
Thank you. So there you have it, folks. Our race winner, JSR Sterilizer, pitting early to make it interesting, as he said. So, yeah, I imagine that worked out well for him. Even, he still took a first place win. So looking forward to race 2. I don't know how I'm going to get through race 2 after that exhilarating race 1 action. I think race 2 is going to be pretty intense as well with a reverse race grid. So I'm going to get my spectator up so I don't cause any delays this time. Again, I apologize for the previous race. I'm going to take a break for about 2 minutes, as I know all the drivers are taking a quick refreshment break, and I will be right back. Please do not go anywhere. Hope you've enjoyed race 1. And I want to say thanks to our race winner for making his way from his pit box up to the commentator's booth for a quick word. So we will try to get the winner of race 2 as well, and possibly even all the podium positions. You know what? I don't know if we can do this, but we are definitely going to try to get Sinster in here for a quick word, because that was an impressive podium that he just pulled off. we'll give him a few minutes. So while we're waiting to see if we can get our second place finisher up in the booth here, we are now made our way across the pond here from the Czech Republic over to, I believe it's United Kingdom, Brands Hatch, a fan favorite, a driver favorite. Beautiful circuit. While we're waiting to see if we can get our second place finisher in the booth, let's talk about Brands Hatch GP a little bit. It's a 3.9 kilometer, which translates to 2.4 miles, 9 total turns. It has got a ton of elevation change. It's a very tricky one-line track, not easy to pass. I'm excited to do my onboard one-lap commentary with our leader at some point, because, as I said, this is a very tricky one-line track that is not going to be easy to, negotiate a pass. So, really interested to see how the reverse race grid pans out on such a tricky racetrack. So, well, unfortunately, we weren't able to get. Just got word from the crew chief of Mr. Sinister that he is celebrating that race win and had to take a break himself. So we will look to get some maybe more interviews after race 2. So we're going to take a 3-minute break and we'll be right back. Do not go anywhere. Race 2 coming right up. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you soon. Okay, back with you here. Let's talk a little bit about Brands Hatch GP. We spoke about how long it is. It's 9 turns, we know that. So we do have a track map here. There is quite a few turns that have names on them, and we're going to try to call the name of the corners as we go navigate around the track. The start straight finish is called the Brabham Straight. That's Brabham, Brabham Straight, going into one of the trickiest corners on the calendar, called Paddock Hill. It's a downhill sweeping right off camber. You have to nail the race line through there, or you are going to be in the kitty litter and lose your race, which everyone is going to be. And if you don't go through there quick enough, you're going to get past. There could be a collision. All kinds of drama can happen there in Paddock Hill. So I expect a lot of excitement through there. That'll put you down into turn 2, which is Druids, turn 2 and 3. It's a double apex corner. Stand by 1 second, please. We'll just do a quick audio verification. Okay, thanks for your patience. So yeah, we were talking about turn 3, which is Druids, and then you come down the hill and into a left-hand corner onto the Cooper Straight, which then puts you down to what's known as Surtees Corner, which I believe is turn 6, onto the back straight, which is called Pilgrim's Drop. And as you come through Pilgrim's Drop up the hill into Hawthorns, into a right-hand corner, a sweeping fast right-hand corner, onto a short straight called the Derek Minter Straight. From there, you get into a right-hand corner into Westfields. Westfields is a combination of about two bends there. You really have to get it right if you're going to go fast through there. Easy to go off circuit into Dingle Dell, which is a kink right. Love the name of that, Dingle Dell. Looks like we're getting started here, folks. I don't have time to get through the rest of this, as I am going to ride along with Sterilizer to start this thing. Again, reverse race grid. Here we go. Barely got a chance to catch my breath, but this is it. Race 2, Brands Hatch GP. I'm going to go on board here with JSR. As he has nobody behind him as they are coming up into Paddock Hill. We talked about this, very tricky. First corner, cold tires, at least one car off. No, everybody makes it through there. But there we go. We got 2 cars in the kitty litter, and there's a lot of chaos always. First corner, turn 2 here as they make their way through Druids. Everyone looks nice and clean through there. It's JSR on the gas. A little bit of argy-bargy up in front of him. He's going to have to be patient here. If you're not patient, you're going to end up ruining your race, as he probably knows that. As Sinster, an unseen saint, just ahead of him here as they make their way into the Surtees onto the back straight, which is known as Pilgrim's Drop, as Distinct off circuit's going to lose a place there. He's going to fall back 1 or 2 spots as they come up into Hawthorne's. Fast sweeping right-hand corner. A little bit of contact there between Torrance and Sinister. And this is not going to go well for 4 wide through here. I don't know how they're going to navigate through here. We'll see. And they all seem to give each other just enough room. Going through that section down the Derek Minter Straight into Dingle Dell. My favorite corner because of the name, Dingle Dell. As they come down into Sheen Curve into Sterling. Oh, look at this, Distinct making a hard move up the inside, getting into the back of Torrance. Causing them to get a little bit sideways, able to collect themselves. As Distinct and Unseen Saint just behind there as they come. A little bit of contact there. Torrance, oh, he's not going to hold on, is he? Somehow, driver still. JSR checks up and allows him to get back on the throttle as they come down into Paddock Hill up once again. Again, as I said earlier, we expected a very difficult time of passing here, as it has lived up to every bit of that as they come up into Druids. Coming through this double apex Druids here. And again, it's just so difficult to pass here. And looks like a driver off in the back there. Wasn't able to see who that was. But you really have to just wait for someone to make a mistake here. And I would assume that there's going to be a pit stop for a lot of these mid-pack drivers. I don't foresee JSR making a pit stop because he has been waiting for this race as he has got on the gas early, made his way past Willie, now looking to attack Torrance on the outside, though, of Hawthorne's. Difficult to do on the outside of Hawthorne's. Is he going to make it stick? And he does make it. He makes it through there, but not able to make the pass. He's just out of position. As look at this. I don't know how he had traction in the grass, but Torrance being very generous, allowing him to have track position there. As Torrance making the way to the outside of Brooksy here, who's in the newer 350ZX. And it looks like just in front of Torrance is Distinct as they come onto the start straight finish. Again, staring down Paddock Hill. This is, again, the most difficult corner on the circuit. How's Brooksy going to kind of let him have plenty of room there? He perfectly scales the inside of that back to the outside, as does a great job there. We're going to go back to the replay camera here. So far, excellent racing. The driver's still really showing here. As Distinct probably makes a mistake, goes off circuit and costs himself. Well, he actually didn't cost himself, was able to get back on the throttle as Sterilizer working his way up the inside is going to have every advantage there. I don't presume a lot of straight line speed with that 94Z 300ZX, so probably not going to take him on the straight as Distinct has that advantage there inside as Torn doing a good job to hold that position. I don't know, there might have been a change of position there. Let's go to the front. Our leader, ETR Warrior, up front, has done really nice to get to the front from about mid-pack. Again, ETR Warrior, a driver we know, 29 years old, out of Bristol, UK, credits his dad to all his racing skills. His late father, who unfortunately recently has passed. We want to give our condolences to all of his family. But he's sponsored by Total Gaming Addicts and 2 Traders, running at the front, doing all of his sponsors, making them proud for all their help of his racing efforts. As he's being chased by Float, who did not have a good race one, but with clear air has really taken advantage of his start at the front here. So let's go back to Road Rat, who's still in that 928. Where is he at? He looks like he's starting to bunch up traffic behind him. That's 4th place. Sinster is up as they come into, looks like Surtees onto the back Pilgrim's drop as they're running down the back straight Pilgrim's drop here into Hawthorne's. I expect maybe an attack that will come from Sinster in this section. This whole section is going to lend to the Subaru as far as handling. We've lost our screen. Want to apologize to our viewers there. But as they work their way through the Derek Minter Straight, coming up into Westfields, ETR Float still holding down 2nd place as a gaggle of cars they're running up to the top 7th place through Dingle Dell on through Sheen Curves. We got an attack here for our position. Sinster trying to make his way around the outside, plenty of room given there, but Road Rat able to hold him, has a straight line speed, but now Sinster maybe going to have the inside line. As no, Road Rat not giving up anything. A surprise to see neither of these drivers have pitted. They're running this race. They're enjoying the competition. As Torrens and Sterilizer right at the back of this group, is Sinster trying to square him up with the grip handling competitive advantage there of the 911, or I'm sorry, the 928. And look at this, there's a dive bomb move towards dive bomb up the inside. And I don't know how that came out. Somehow works his way to the back of that group. Wasn't able to completely see there as Road Rat now relegated to the back of this group. So JSR now trying to put a move on Sinster. I'm sure that something will come here as they come up into Hawthorne, or maybe into the Derek Minter Straight. Here it is as they go through Hawthorne's now. Sterilizer looking to the inside. Is he going to put something on? No, he's not quite there, not quite ready. As a gaggle of cars behind him, any small mistake by this front group is going to allow at least a couple cars through. Everybody nice and tidy, single straight file. This is, oh, look at this. We got a spin from Torrens off circuit. Road Rat gets into him. Is Torrens able to recover? He has recovered but lost the position there. Road Rat needs no invitation. Thank you very much, as he is running in 4th place. Sinster still in 2nd place, the Sterilizer in 3rd. He's already in a podium position after a last place grid start. As 1st place is still ETR Warrior. Float has taken a pit, so he is no longer in 2nd place. And we're going to follow along with Sinster as he's being hounded by the very fast race 1 winner, JSR Sterilizer. So I do not have a bio on Sinster. I'm not able to comment on any of his previous history. But he's under a lot of pressure. He's doing a really good job right now dealing with the pressure of the race 1 winner all over your bumper in this section where it has critical brake and throttle inputs and steering inputs. He's doing a really good job through here, all the way through the Dingle Dell Sheen curve, up as they stare down Sterling's. This is this sharp left-hand corner, easy to lose a lot of speed through here, as they go through Sterling's onto what's known as Clearway Straight. And they're going to come up with this little kink right. You got to get this correct for a maximum exit here onto the Brabham Straight. But Sterilizer, I assume, is going to look to, I don't know, he looks like he's kind of settled in at the moment. Not really attacking through Paddock Hill. So I'm going to assume that he is going to settle in there, just kind of study his opponent here. So we're going to take a look back at Willie, ETR Willie. So ETR Willie, kind of driving by himself. Let's take a jump up a driver or two to SZ. As SZ is currently 7th place at the back of this 5-car group, as he's just behind the Unseen Saint. And just ahead of him would be Road Rat. And it looks like, so we got a 4-car group here. With ETR Torns at the front of this group. So let's stay here. And we're going to stay on with S5Z, because this is a nice little group here, and anything can happen. Let's see if any battles materialize, as we see the 928 here get a little bit sideways of Road Rat. He's trying to recover as quick as he can to get back on the throttle. And Unseen Saint getting through. Now you can see they've kind of separated here slightly. And that's probably going to decrease our chances of any drama-filled race next lap or two. So, again, I do have the map on. I'm going to get rid of that. I apologize. I typically like to have that turned off. So, everything nice and tidy. I think what we're seeing is the drivers all settle into their race pace, trying to get their rhythm so they can maximize their lap speed, their lap count, their lap times. So we're going to shortly here look to see who is leading this race, which I believe it's ETR Warrior, and we will do a ride-along with ETR Warrior for a full lap, analyzing his as he circulates around this 3.9 kilometer Brands Hatch GP. So currently 4th place, we got Torns, who is kind of driving by himself. As look at this Sterilizer, now all over the back. He's still all over the back. He's eventually gonna attack. He's gonna have to. But in the meantime, we're gonna, oh look at this, he has attacked. He's worked his way up the inside, but he's on the outside of this next corner. How's he gonna handle that? As they both, are they gonna give each other enough room? Since they're probably given more room than he wanted to, because now he has surrendered that spot. Very generous of Sinster to a faster driver, but I don't think he's going to lay down, folks. He definitely has guarded that inside line now, going through Hawthorne's. As look at this, he has done exactly what he had hoped and caused a mistake by Sterilizer to give himself some breathing room. And I wanted to be along with ETR Warrior for that 1 lap ride along, but the action here has prevented that. As Sterilizer has all the hard work to do again. Sincer probably realizing that he has to push, keep his head down, push as hard as he can if he wants to maintain a podium position, as the current 4th place driver is not that far behind, which is going to be Torns. So again, I don't see Sterilizer doing anything through this section because it's just so difficult to pass. He's going to have to wait for Sincer to make a mistake. I do believe I heard a bit of contact there. This is the area, this is the corner where we saw him make his attack before going into clearways. As they are now into clearways, they're making their way back onto the Babram Straight. I have to give a lot of credit to Sinster here, doing an excellent job as we see Torrens getting loose. Is he off the circuit? Was Torrens off the circuit? Let's take a look right along with him. He did lose a position. He did lose a position, so he was off circuit. As let's take a look at Sterilizer, still all over the back. I'm gonna go ahead and jump on with ETR Warrior here. As we are now riding along with a hood view of ETR Warrior. As he comes through what's known as Surtees onto the Pilgrim's Drop Straight. So as he comes down this hill, it's known as Pilgrim's Drop. A very fast sweeping right-hand section up here through Hawthorns. It's hard braking, but settle the chassis back on the throttle nice and smooth. You got to be really smooth as you work your way through the Derek Minter Straight as he comes through here. This is now the Derek Minter Straight. Down the hill through a series of two corners known as Westfields into this Dingle Dell, my favorite corner there, as now he is looking to go down into Sterling's. Back on this is what is known as Clearways as he is full gas, making his way up to the Clark Curve. Very important section right here on this Clark Curve. You got to get this drive back on the gas as soon as you can, not drifting out as we saw Torrens do a few minutes ago and lost the spot. But now ETR Warrior is making his way up into Paddock Hill, the hardest corner on this circuit. Drops the gear, settles the chassis back on the throttle to keep that suspension settled. Up the hill into Druids. This is about where we picked him up on the previous lap. As he's running that Subaru very tidy through this whole section. Makes his way back through the Cooper Straight, out on the dirt, getting dirty there. Gonna slow him down a little bit, but nonetheless, holding first place. Looking back, I see we're gonna have to go with back to Sterilizer and Sinster here because this battle rages on. But look at this, Sterilizer has got by Sinster. Is Sinster going to attack, or is he gonna follow him? Sterilizer wants to win this race. He's going to try to get away. He doesn't have a ton of time. As this race is nearly at the halfway point, and Sinster knows he's going to have to make a lot of headway, keep his head down if he wants to catch ETR Warrior. None of these drivers have taken a pit yet. Sinster, knowing that he is going to really take a lot away by following this driver and trying to learn from him. Oh, he gets sideways and says snap steer. That's incredible. He'll hold on to it. He's got that snap oversteer, but good credit to Mr. Sinster, able to hold on to it. But he's starting to lose touch because of it. We are going to take a look around the circuit, folks. And Float, who took an early pit, currently 9th, is running by himself. Beautiful livery there. ETR Float, 38 years old, from good old USA, Lowell, Massachusetts. Started online racing in 2018 on Forza Motorsport 7. So here's a guy who's very fast, just started racing in 2018 on Forza Motorsport 7, and has already made his way to the upper echelon of racing. Good job. We know that, he's hails from the good old USA. Boston, Massachusetts, probably a Patriots fan. We won't hold it against him. But nonetheless, he's driving by himself, so we are going to take a look around and see where ETR Demonic is. At the moment, he is kind of driving by himself with Deltic about 1.5 seconds behind him. So not a lot to report right now here. We are looking for a battle as Warrior is now in the pits. Warrior has taken a pit, and he has now relegated himself to 7th place. Willie, who is in 6th, is also driving by himself, a bit off circuit there. Torrance, who is in 4th place, is now hounding all over the back of Unseen Saint. We're going to stay here as they work their way here. Up through Paddock as they're working their way onto the Babram Straight. Yep, sorry about that. I had to, oh yeah, we got a driver. Okay, so Torrance is in the pits. So he is now taking his pit. And the Unseen Saint has stayed out. So pulling up the map here, it looks like we really have quite a spread on track. Let's take a look back here at this battle for 11th and 12th. So we got Deltic fighting with Demonic here. And they are trying to make their way up to the back of Torrance. As look at Demonic off circuit. As discussed early before the race, if you don't get that right, you will be in the key litter. And Demonic has, in fact, taken that route and put himself off circuit, lost a lot of time there, and relegated himself to a lonely 12th place. So Torrance, who has had some struggles himself, both of these drivers have pitted. And I'm curious to see, can Deltic make up any time on Torrance as he is looking to maximize his race finish here. As you can see the cars sliding as they go through Hawthorne's there. A lot of sliding goes on through there, making their way down to the Derek Minner Straight. Where is Brooksy? Let's take a look at his progress. There's Brooksy there, PTG Brooksy. The only driver in the 350Z. He's got S5Z behind him. S5Z looks like he's starting to reel him in a little bit here. He's pulling back at least at 0.2 per lap. I'm going to stay here and see what kind of nerves that Mr. Brooksy has, because Zay all over the back of him here. Is he going to handle the pressure as Zay is looking to pull in another position, which would put him in 7th. But Brooksy, I don't see him giving this up very easily, so we're going to stay here. As they come through Surtees, a tricky left-hand corner uphill onto the Pilgrims Straight. As they go downhill, this is known as Pilgrims Drop, up to one of my favorite corners, Hawthorne's. Zay tucking right up in there behind them, and they're both getting through there. A lot of sliding going on. As you can see, the handling characteristics of the Viper very well as they go through the Derek Minner Straight. As Viper, he's making a move there through Westfields and Dingle Dell. Difficult to pass. He's done it. He's made it stick. Nicely done. Not an easy spot to pass, but the handling characteristics of the Viper has given him that opportunity, and he has not let that slip away, as Zay is now running in 7th place as they go through Clark Curve onto the start straight finish. So again, lap 15 of 24. Most of our drivers have pitted. Only a couple have not pitted here. But no way for me to verify that. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the track map. JSR Sterilizer in 1st place. And he has... Let's see if he's pitted. I can't be sure here. %% fuel, so he has not pitted. Tire wear is not a factor. So, is he going to pit soon? I'm assuming he's going to want to pit soon because he probably had a lot of fun working his way through traffic. Let's take a look at Warrior's progress, who was running at first up in front So as he makes his way through the second two-thirds of the track, he's currently in 6th place as he comes up to Clark Curve onto the Brabham Straight. So he's all by himself, nothing really to report here. He's just running a really solid pace as we see Road Rat in the pits. So we're gonna try to find a battle that is currently raging on track. And here it is, folks. Delta and Brooksy side by side going down the Brabham Straight into Paddock Hill, one of the most difficult corners. How's this gonna work out? Brooksy with the inside has the advantage, but Deltic, is he gonna lift? Looks like he has to, just enough to give Brooksy and him a little space there. Is Brooksy not gonna relinquish that yet? He said, you're gonna have to work for it. I'm not here to play around, I'm here to race. So well done to Brooksy, as Brooksy holding down 7th place, as I'm assuming, oh, look at this, Delta gets a better drive down the Cooper Straight into Surtees. Yeah, nicely done there, just got a better drive. Looks like Brooksy wasn't able to hook up like he wanted to. The exit speed wasn't there. And now, these two separate generations, you got the 94 300ZX versus the newer generation 350Z, advantage the 300ZX at the moment. With ETR Demonic and another competitor just waiting to pick up the pieces here, if these two end up coming together and losing any kind of time. So I see Deltic starting to stretch that advantage. So let's jump back to Torrens, who is all over the back of Demonic here. Teammates, ETR teammates, both want the glory for themselves in 9th and 10th respectively as they come through that final corner of Clark Curve onto the Brabham Straight. They're going to be staring down the Paddock Hill corner, a sweeping right-hand downhill. As you can see, the Subaru able to get 2 wheels off. He's got the all-wheel drive, not going to lose a lot of traction because he has that going for him. Able to really hug the inside, get on that gas. As again, he's 2 wheels off. It's going to maybe cost him. Torrens moving down the outside, tries to square him up. Demonic runs wide, Torrens on the inside, able to make it stick as they run down. Very nicely done into Surtees. Torrens is going to capitalize and hold that position. Very nicely on this back straight, even down into the Pilgrim's Drop here as they drop downhill. And I think Demonic is probably going to want to follow him, not to slow each other up, because they're going to be looking to run down Brookings, the driver, in front of them. They can both capitalize by, Brooksy. They both want to capitalize by catching Brooksy. They don't want to slow each other down. And if they battle, they know they're going to slow each other down. It's probably not going to do either one of them any good. So I think ETR Demonic has thought better of an attack because he knows he's got the Porsche of Rat behind him. He doesn't want to give him any opportunities to catch back up. So, yeah, here we go. Torrens. Oh, Torrens not able. He makes a huge mistake. A huge mistake. Oh, he's got a 360 spin. It is a massive mistake. Causes a bit of a disaster for Road Rat, for Rat. Torrens not happy with himself. But let's take a look at Demonic, who is now all over the back of Brooksy. I think Torrens is going to live to regret that. Not sure if that was a lapse in concentration or he was just pushing over 100%. We'll have to maybe find out later. But look at this. We got to follow what's going on in front of us now. We got ETR Demonic making a move around the outside of Surtees as they go back on to up the hill to the back straight. Brooksy not going to lay down. As does he have straight line speed? Looks like he has. He's not going to have enough straight line speed. Demonic has an advantage in every way. Really just makes that look easy. The 350Z, I don't know. Maybe that needs to go through tech inspection and find out if there's a bit of a disadvantage there mechanically. Not really sure, but Could have been driver skill, but made that look so simple. I'm sure he's going to go back and talk to his crew chief and demand either more grip or horsepower. Either way, let's take a look. What happened to Torrens? Did he recover? How much did he lose? He's driving by himself, so I'm sure he's a bit hot under the collar at the moment. As Float in 12th place, we know he's taking his pit, and we only have 12 drivers. So we've lost at least 8 drivers from the original grid of race 1. So 19 laps completed here of 24. Sterilizer, we're going to take a look at his track position. We see that he is still in first place. There's not even a driver within sight. So literally, again, on a Sunday drive. Now, ETR Float has pitted and is nearly a few seconds up the road, almost about to be lapped. So I know that ETR Float is not going to want to be lapped, but he probably won't offer a lot of resistance as a back marker. So let's take a look at Warrior, who is in third. We know Warrior led the race for a long time. Does he have a view on Willie, who is in second? I don't see now that he does. So maybe Willie has pitted, maybe he hasn't. Hard to say. Either way, Warrior, Willie in the pits. So that relegates Warrior to second place. So in a position, a very good position. So Warrior had a favorable grid position about mid-pack, has capitalized on that to every extent. Now he's in second place with only about 4 laps to go. So we saw Willie in the pits, and Sinster, who has been battling all race long, things have really quieted down since the early laps. Drivers maybe even being lulled to sleep as we Sinster going off course. It tends to happen when you're driving by yourself and you don't have that on-track battle materializing in front or behind you. You tend to kind of lure yourself to sleep a bit. So let's take a look at SZ. What's his progress? He's currently in 4th. He's in the Dodge Viper. He doesn't have a lot going on around him, probably comfortable. Doesn't have to worry about an attack from the front or from behind. As the Unseen Saint is the next competitor in 5th. But I'm not really finding what I'm looking for right now for on-track battles. So Deltic, who has been in the middle of a number of battles today, now looking to bring it to the Unseen Saint with 3 laps to go. So I'm going to stay here and see how this materializes. As just ahead of Unseen Saint, we have one driver not able to catch who it was. Might have been Brooksy, not totally sure. Let's see if we can get a look here. It looks like it's SZ in the Viper, so in 4th place. So these 2 drivers of Deltic and Saint are going to try to get together here, I presume, and run down the Viper in front of them. Again, it's not going to do anyone any favors to battle when they know they have a driver that they can work together and catch. If they know they got the pace with the reverse race grid, if they know they got the pace of any driver in front of them, they're going to want to work together. So, but you know, looking at Delta here, Deltic is not, I don't see him giving a whole lot of room. He's definitely pushing. He's only a 10th off the pace, maybe a 10th and a half. So maybe we'll see an attack from him. We're going to stay here as Unseen Saint and Deltic are pushing to the limit here. Of course, both Nissans. You got the Nissan GTR of Saint and the 94 300ZX twin turbo of Deltic. So now they're making their way back to the last section of the track here as they come up to Clark Curve Again, very tricky, easy to lose pace here, as he's going to want to get on the gas as soon as he can. Is this where we're going to see him move up into Paddock Hill at the end of this start straight finish here? It might be where we see something. He's going to probably brake early and try to get the drive. No, Unseen Saint doing a great job of holding that inside line, maximizing inside track, outside track, and Deltic not close enough to put the move on. You can see clearly that Unseen Saint is guarding that inside line. He knows Deltic is sizing him up, and even though they are racing, it looks to me like they are catching Zay in the Viper. So what is the strategy of Deltic going to be here? It looks like he is content at the moment. Nothing crazy. No crazy dive bombs. No crazy outside maneuvers. The cars are nearly identical in grip levels and straight line speed. So I would assume that if I were to look at the track times, their track times would be really close to each other. Let's take a look at track times. So race stats, no surprise, Sterilizer with a 134.9 quickest lap. So we're going to take a look at lap times. Porns with a 36.2. ETR Float running 37. So Unseen Saint is at a 36.5, with Deltic at a 35.9. So look at that. Deltic is running a half a second faster. And so at some point he's going to attack. A half second per lap is very significant when you're talking 1.5 laps to go. So at the conclusion of this lap, they will see a white flag. Zay looks to me like he has his 4th place position in the bag. We are going to check with our 2nd place Warrior. I don't foresee him losing that, as look, he's made a mistake and he's went off circuit there and given Sinster an opportunity to maybe catch him. But he's got a lap and a half to do it. We're going to check back as Zay is secured 4th. I don't think there's any issues there. The Unseen Saint, as look at this, here it is. The attack has come. Deltic has made his move up the inside into Hawthorne's. There it is, folks. We knew it was coming. And the Unseen Saint has not retaliated thus yet. I don't think he's probably going to have the speed to do so, as Deltic has made it stick and probably secured that 5th place finish. Beautiful livery there from the Unseen Saint. I would love to give information on either one of these drivers. I have no bios on either one of them. But as they come around, they're going to see the white flag. So is Unseen Saint going to offer resistance on the final lap? I don't know. We'll see. There's really nothing to present to you guys in the top 4. They are all separated. Just to double check, Sinster. Yep, driving by himself, Warrior by himself, and Sterilizer clearly by himself, as he is on a different planet today. Looks like we're going to be having a repeat interview of Mr. Sinster as Brooksy just lifts and clearly just lets Sinster by, not to impede him whatsoever. So we are going to go back to Deltic. And look at Unseen Saint trying to offer some kind of resistance, but not quite there yet. As Demonic in 7th, let's see what's going on with him by himself. Willie in 8th. Again, this end of this race is kind of turned into a lonely Sunday drive for each driver, as the challenging course has really caused a lot of chink in everyone's armor. There's a lot of very skilled drivers, but they were not able to stay consistent as they wanted to. I'm sure of it, because they are spread out, and this is extremely challenging. Will challenge the skill level of any driver. So taking one last look at Brooksy here, driving by himself. I don't want to diminish the accomplishment of my 1st place driver, as JSR has crossed the finish line with a win, another win. So congratulations to him. And let's just make sure that this Unseen Saint has not offered any. Yep. So there it is, folks. I have to verify. It looks like Deltic is behind him, but I'm sure he passed over the finish line before Unseen Saint. But we will confirm the final race positions. Taking the win, JSR. Congratulations. We're going to try to get him in here for a second interview. So ETR Warrior second, Sinister third, SJ fourth, fifth, Unseen Saint, Deltic? Deltic possibly did lose a position there. I'm going to have to wait to see at the final results. Deltic was ahead. Did he make a mistake? Again, can't be confirmed until I see the final results. I'm going to try to get ETR Warrior in here as well as my second place finisher. I want to get at least one other driver up into the commentary box. So it looks like Deltic did give up that position. I wasn't able to get that on the stream. We'll have to refer to the replay on that one. But yeah, Unseen Saint capitalizing on Deltic and securing that fifth place position. So well done. So I'm going to send a few invites here to see if we can get a interview. Yes, JSR Sterilizer, again, I want to welcome you and thank you for coming up to the commentator's booth, and congratulations on a back-to-back doublehead win today. Okay.
Did it.
Yeah, make sure you include your audio. So again, if it wasn't included the first go around, I want to say congratulations to you. You had a back-to-back race wins today, a very dominant performance. Your racecraft was clearly displayed for all to see. I wanted to get your specific thoughts on race 2. It was more of a challenging race, I'm sure. I saw you exhibit a lot of patience. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Oh yeah, I had a great battle with, I believe his ART Sinister. He's in the Subaru and I was in the 300ZX, and it turns out his car had such good acceleration and he played a really good defensive drive, so it was really hard to get past him, but I just stayed patient and eventually he made a mistake and I was able to get past him, so it's a good race.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw that and we thought, you know, this is really a one-line racing line through a lot of portions of this track, and it did look like you kind of were sitting back studying him, waiting for him to make the mistake because you had time on your side. But I mean, everybody was really impressed with that. So congratulations on that race win today. Again, I'm sure this is a new series. You will be leading the points with the double race win. So good luck in the rest of the series. And if you have anything else you want to tell your fans, your sponsors, please do.
To the fans. Anybody watching this, thank you. If you want to join, hit up ETR Mr. Magic. It's a really fun, friendly series. Good laughs, good races, and appreciate anybody watching. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. And we will see you again on the top of the podium, I'm sure, at some point.
All right. Appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you. So we're going to try to get our second place finisher, which is ETR Warrior, in here. We've invited him up to the booth. Not sure if he's going to be able to make it. We'll see. He is probably celebrating with his team. If not, we will definitely try to get our Mr. Sinister up here. Okay, so we've sent out a request for an interview with ART Sinster. Let's see if he's able to respond to that. I know all these drivers and their teams are very busy at the moment, so if they can get away into the booth, that would be great. I haven't got word yet, so we were fortunate enough to get 2 interviews with our double race winner, JSR. So again, dominant performance from him today, but I have to give ART Sinster a lot of credit. Gave him a huge battle race 2. Did not give in to JSR whatsoever, and really made him work for the win. So congratulations to ART Sinster. Very impressed with his skill, his driving skill today, and I'm sure that his sponsors, they got a lot of airtime, so I'm sure his sponsors will be happy with that. But I'm not seeing him able to make it up into the commentator's booth, so I want to say thank you to all my viewers today. Thank you to all those who are going to watch the stream on the tape delay and catch us on YouTube. We will upload this video to YouTube. Look for us at Speed Curves. That's my YouTube channel, and we will upload the stream to that as well. So thanks to all the drivers today that showed up. A really exciting battle. If you didn't catch race 1, you got to go see the end. It was pretty phenomenal. And the start of race 2 had a lot of action as well. So again, thanks to the ETR group for having me. This is Speed Curves and my first time commentating for them, and it's been an honor to be here today. So I'm going to end the stream, and we will see you in 1 week for the second round of the Rising Sun Series that ETR has put on. So thanks again, and have a great day.